objection to your early discharge. If I set it for a hearing, which I've never set one of these for hearings, but you might be the first one because there's a large amount of restitution. If I set it for a hearing, you have the right to hire an attorney to represent you for that hearing. You would not have the right to court-appointed counsel for that hearing. You understand that? Do you have any questions about your rights to early discharge? Okay, you'll go downstairs and check in with probation before you leave here today. You will be reporting remotely via Zoom monthly, okay? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing from the bench, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Steve Reese is not present?
No.
Somebody built a vehicle. He's in one status because Kevin is in charge, and that's the one who ripped off that last year. Oh, one in the separate, but they let him out of jail a week early. Oh, okay. Yeah. State of Michigan versus Eloise Swayze, 25-02677, appearance, please.
Jeffrey Billaby on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. And yet, before she Ms. Sweezy, who's at the council table.
Thank you. Ms. Sweezy was scheduled today for preliminary examination. Are we running an exam?
Your Honor, I'll defer to defense.
Your Honor, my client is being evaluated for mental health court. We don't have the complete evaluation yet. We're asking for to adjourn the preliminary exam.
Oh, so she's not been evaluated yet, it's still pending?
This time, yes.
Maybe at least 30 days. It's gonna take them longer now the holidays are here. Mental health. Set for a review. You can set it for a review. December 5th, 9 a.m. for a review date, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set.
What time, Your Honor?
9.
Thanks.
No problem.
Your Honor, may I have a moment to go let my witnesses go for this case?
It's in here. Oh, these notes are right here. Yeah. What did you be smart? And I want to say I wouldn't remember that. Remember? I hate continuations. Okay, we got the
Oh, sorry.
I just remember him. It looks like we got some solar people here. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, so,
Okay. Oh, okay.
yep, save what we're doing.
Wonderful. Well, I don't think the exam is going to go. Brown is going to. Which exam is it? That's for Marco when we substituted into. Okay. Oh, okay. Um, I don't remember. I hate continuations. You got the document. Oh, okay. All right. 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 All we have just waiting for Mr. Bill to come back to do something. for that. That's what you should have done. We have an 80 here. I did send them an email about it. They responded. Yeah, you can think that the government is shut down for them right now. And so they can't hear, and so they cancel all the hearings. Is that how that went? No.
I was gonna say.
That's all they say before.
Oh, the one girl.
It's like, calm down. Where's Mr. Bullard? It could not take that long to just take awareness. Take that long. Sounds like they, you know. I've been getting hot, so I'm just wondering, yeah, I was gonna say. It looks like Mr. Milks decided to join us today.
You're
He did.
welcome.
Thank you, we appreciate your
Yep.
presence.
What I do. Ready to go too, if you.
Okay, let's do it. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Corey Smith, 25-01207. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Stephen Milks on behalf of Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith is making his way around.
Mr. Smith was scheduled for sentencing today. The court is in receipt of a pre-sentence report that was prepared on the 23rd. Is that a copy of that?
Yes, Your Honor, we do have a copy of that and we had the opportunity to review that, Your Honor, together.
We need to make corrections, updates, or deletions.
Let's see, the only, I guess, update, Your Honor, is just with his time in custody. It reflects 3 days on the front. In the recommendations, he doesn't list the 3 days. I guess it's not much of a change, really. It's just knowing that he's got 3 days credit, Your Honor, for Corey Smith.
Okay, okay, you can make allocation.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. On top of that, Your Honor, the only other thing that's not reflected in the recommendation is that the people did not have an objection to 7694A, and that's something we'd like the court to consider. He is otherwise eligible, Your Honor, considering he does not have any sort of violent history whatsoever. And the only things on his record right now is just marijuana and another DUI from over 10 years ago, Your Honor. With that, I do think it's important to address some of Mr. Nave's comments regarding my client's PSI interview, where he said that my client's story continued to change, and trying to say that he was not remorseful. I have a great respect for Mr. Nave's. I think in this situation, he's comparing the police report to what my client's plea was, which is completely different. My client has always contested the original charges here regarding any sort of strangulation, and we're prepared to go forward on this. People ended up dismissing those original charges, and my client did plead to what he had actually done wrong here, which was getting into an argument and then putting his hands on the complaining witness in this matter, Your Honor. He's never lied, and his story hasn't changed, Your Honor. And as the court knows, if he didn't admit to those things, there's really no change in his story. Regarding the remorsefulness, Your Honor, yes, he honestly and openly stated to the investigator that, yeah, at first he wasn't remorseful, and that's pretty common when someone does something stupid, is, they may at the time not realize what they're doing, but as is the province of this court, is to make sure that he is learning, adapting, growing, which he has done here, and he's admitted that doing something like that in the future is not a good idea, and admitting the fact that he's done something wrong, and realizes that he is remorseful as time goes on, which is what he indicated Mr. Naves, and that Mr. Naves included. Altogether, Your Honor, having represented Mr. Smith here, I can say that, he does have a big heart. It's a little bit of a goofball, but he does take this seriously, and I think he's going to do well. It's important to note he did recently lose his wallet, so he doesn't have his ID. He does have a medical marijuana card, which he's going to have to apply for, as well as all the other contents of his wallet. He did complete the substance abuse assessment as well, Your Honor, at Reality, and so I believe Mr. Naves has that at this point. But otherwise, Your Honor, I'd ask the court to adopt the recommendations and consider him for 7694 as special status.
Thank you. And did your client want to make a statement?
Yes, Your Honor, I do know what I did wrong 100%, and I do regret it. I've never put my hands on a female, let alone be charged for it. I do regret what I did. I know it was wrong.
Thank you. I've reviewed the pre-sentence report. I mean, I echo your sentiments, Mr. Mills, about the concerns that Mr. Neves is highlighting. Those were his concerns. They're not concerns for me, though. The fact that what was it, the police report is different from your statement, that's 99% of the time. It's going to be different. And so, and it's not, doesn't necessarily mean that's because someone is saying something different now. It could have just been a different interpretation. And I think we know sometimes police reports are sometimes an interpretation of what they believe they heard or investigated. Either way, what you said at the time of your report is what I'm concerned about. You've already took a plea to the charge, which means by essence of that, you are accepting some responsibility there. And then it looks like even at this time, you've given more information than what they said you gave at the police report, which goes hand in hand with maybe you weren't remorseful at the onset, but now you're coming to realize where you were wrong. Very common when we do things in the heat of passion in that immediate moment, or maybe just after that, we feel justified in our actions because we're upset. But then as that anger diminishes and our brain starts to work again, you a lot of times feel like, it doesn't even have to be that you put your hands on somebody. It could have been something you said. I feel bad about that. I owe them an apology. That is common. It's not an issue. It shows that you're human. And so those, again, are not issues for me. I have reviewed your criminal history. I don't see any violent criminal history. So you would be eligible for 769.4A. I will grant that. And the recommendation is for a 10-month term of probation. I'm actually going to start you with a 6-month term. While on probation, you have the following conditions. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. I will continue the no contact order with Tiffany Adams. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, drugs, or marijuana unless you provide a valid medical marijuana card. You will be required to submit to random preliminary breath testing and urinalysis testing, okay?
Yes.
Then you have to pay the fee for that as well. You are not to possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. Looks like you have taken care of the substance abuse assessment. Your probation officer is in possession of that. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you are employed, is that correct?
Yes.
You will maintain your employment during probation. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
I will give you credit for 3 days served in Ingham County Jail. And I'm going to order that you complete the batterer's intervention program. Do you have any questions at this time?
Oh, yeah.
It is a $75 crime victim rights fee that by statute must be assessed plus a $50 state minimum cost that by statute must be assessed. You're gonna do 6 months of probation. Probation oversight fees are $30 per month. It's $180 for probation oversight fees for 6 months of probation. So your total fines and costs is $305, which means you have a monthly minimum payment of $50.83, okay?
Yes, sir.
You are on probation for misdemeanor domestic violence. You do not have the right to early discharge, okay?
I didn't understand.
You are on probation for domestic violence, so you do not have the right to request early discharge, okay?
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why I started you off lower than 10 months, okay? Let's see here. You're checking with probation before you leave here. You will be reporting remotely to probation, okay?
Got it.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Any additional matters, counsel?
Not from the defense?
Thank you. You're all set. No
Are we
problem.
off the record?
We are off the record.
I didn't know if you saw what Mr. Palmer brought in for you.
Excuse me?
What Mr. Palmer brought in for you.
Excuse me? That, no,
I don't think that was for me. I think it was
He
for
specifically said it.
my staff, but that's
apologize.
okay.
I apologize on behalf. of
No,
you,
it's completely fine. Because where I thought we were going could have been contemptible. But obviously, we're not talking about, you
No,
know,
we're not.
none of the, you know,
No, we are not.
got it, just making sure.
No.
Okay, Mr. Milks is well aware. Okay. Okay, but this is another blue that we could go with, okay?
Yep.
Very good. Okay, let's see. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Markel Winfrey, 25-01645, appearance, please.
Jeffrey Philippe on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Brian Brown on behalf of Mr. Markel Winfrey.
And you're Mr. Markel Winfrey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, today was the date that was scheduled for a continuation of an exam.
Yes, Judge. I filed a substitution of counsel. I'm sorry.
I was going to say I received a substitution of counsel, so you must have substituted in, or you are substituting in. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that is correct.
Is Mr. Steve Cornish is currently on it? Is that correct? It's Ms. Robinson. Oh, Ms. Robinson was on it. Is that correct, Ms. Robinson?
It is.
Okay, just because they didn't put who they were placing.
You need my P number?
I don't believe so. Mr. Cornish signed it.
Okay.
It just didn't put what attorney is being open. So we'll just write your name in there. I will go ahead and sign and date that for today. And so we need a new date to continue. Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, Judge, that's correct. If we could possibly set it for November, I'm sorry, November the 20th.
That's not how this, yeah, that's not how this works. We gotta set it for our next available date, which is definitely not November 20th. December 18th. December 18th is our next available date.
December 18th, at which time?
At 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay, I can make that.
Okay. We'll get your client notice to appear for that date and time. Mr. Winfrey, do you have any questions for the court? I'm not sure. Is he standing mute or do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing further from the defense.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
This P number for the attorney? Yeah.
80560.
Yeah, and we'll get you your notice, okay, sir? State of Michigan,
No, I'll bring it out to you. Thank you.
State of Michigan versus Kelly Potter and Micah Potter, 25-02297 and 98.
Jeffrey Billabong, on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of Kelly Potter. Present.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for sentencing for both co-defendants. I do have pre-sentence reports prepared for each of them. For Mr. Micah Potter was prepared on the 22nd. And then for Ms. Kelly Ray Potter was prepared on the 21st. Council, did you get a copy?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
The people have, Your Honor.
Thank you. Do we need to make any corrections, updates, or deletions?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Not on behalf of Michael Potter.
And no, not on behalf of Kelly Potter.
Make allocation.
All right, Your Honor, thank you for your time, and we appreciate the prosecutor's resolution in this matter. Obviously, Ms. Potter didn't want to find herself in this situation. She, single mom, working full-time with her own home, and obviously it got into a state where it wasn't habitable for anyone, including the animals. And that's why it was red tagged. But since then, she has obviously cleaned up the property. It's also been fixed up so that the red tag has been removed. They are now living there safely and healthy. So, Your Honor, with all that being said, she's obviously very remorseful. She didn't want any harm to come to the animals or nor anyone else, including, obviously, like you said, that they were living in there too. So it was conditions that they were subjecting themselves to as well. So, and she obviously regrets that, and I don't believe that it'll ever happen again, Your Honor. The recommendations, while we don't have any objections to them, my concern is that a term of probation, the costs associated with it, and also what is being recommended as a cognitive behavioral therapy programming. There is I think her financial situation was included in the report. It's obviously I think it was Nathaniel Nevis said that, yes, it's not reported that she has a financial hardship, but I mean, just looking at the numbers, it's cutting it pretty thin for her household. Now, of course, Micah also now works full-time, which is a good help. But Your Honor, that was our only concern, is that the added costs and if setting her back, obviously. But other than that, Your Honor, we have no objections or recommendations.
And Your Honor, regarding Michael Potter, I would just ask that you grant him a higher status. He is 18 years old. This was a situation where, again, he's indigent, very distraught as far as losing his dogs and not being able to pay for them. I would just ask you to grant him a higher status for term of probation.
Does either of your clients want to make a statement? No. I do have a question for you, Ms. Carter, because I remember the date of the plea and then the the other hearing that was held after that to address the custody of those animals. And my impression is that you're not living, you weren't living with him.
It's my home. I own the home. It's
I
my
didn't
home.
ask you.
Yes, I live at the home. He lives at the home. It's been our residential address for 8 years.
Right, but that wasn't the impression based off the evidence. The impression that I received based off the evidence is essentially that Mike is pretty much over there on his own.
Oh, man, I live in the residence. I work third shift. I'm there all day.
Okay.
It's been my residence for 7 years for both of us.
Okay, so you're, and you don't have any other
I have
residents?
no other
Okay.
residences, no.
Okay, and so you all have gotten a grasp of the home.
Yes, ma'am. Fully remodeled.
It's being fully remodeled.
Fully
now?
remodeled.
Okay, and the red tag has been removed?
Yes, it was
Okay.
removed before our last court date.
Okay, you own this home?
I own this home. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, and then for you, Mr. Carter, you're working now?
I was working before, so
I do vaguely remember that. You're working, and where are you working?
my awareness.
Okay, and that's been going well? What else have you been doing?
I don't have time for it.
You're working a lot.
I want to say that, but waking up in the morning is hard for me when I get out of work because I'm super tired.
He works first shift.
You work-
So he
you work-
gets out of work and goes to sleep.
So you work first shift?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say, this was a hard one. I remember how emotional you were, Mr. Carter, because it was evident that you had a lot of love and care and an emotional attachment to the animals, but obviously not in a position to properly take care of them at the time. And even just based on what you're saying now, how tired you are by working, it doesn't sound like physically you were in a position to care for that amount of dogs, but hopefully this is a life lesson for you, and in the future, as you mature, if you decide that you want to be an owner of pets again, you'll learn to take better care and keep better care, but not even just for them, for your own health. The conditions, the pictures that I saw were, it's not healthy for either of you. And so hopefully it's not just about remodeling the home, it's also about how you maintain the property and how you steward it. You got to be a good steward over the things that you have. And so hopefully that you both have learned something from that. I don't see anything in the recommendations that I believe is unfair. I think that they're both reasonable recommendations. As to you, Mr. Potter, I will adopt the recommendation for a term of probation so that you can have status under HIDA. So that would be 6 months probation. Following probation, I am going to require that you maintain employment and provide verification of that. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior, and you're not to possess any animals while on probation. Okay? You're not old enough to drink, so that's not an issue. And you're not old enough to be in any nightclubs and bars, but I'll go ahead and check it off to the extent you're not to be at any nightclubs or bars while on probation. I'm not going to order you to do testing because it has nothing to do with that level of behavior. You have a question?
So like if they sell alcohol at all, just don't even walk in there because like I've said
Not a restaurant. So not, like most restaurants have bars. So I'm not saying you can't go to
like
a bar and
Applebee's.
grill. I was gonna say Applebee's. I'm not saying you can't go there. I'm saying you can't go to a place that is just a bar. And the type of place we're we're actually talking about, you're not even old enough to
Yeah,
go
honestly,
to.
I've never even, I
Yeah,
don't think
so-
I've ever been in.
So not a restaurant though. Obviously, most restaurants have a bar that you shouldn't be sitting at because of your age anyways.
But he does like Applebee's.
Yeah, no, you're free to go to Applebee's if that's what you want to do. And that's the only requirement, I think, at this time for you. I can really want to see that you're working, that you're maintaining employment. And I am going to require that you do some cognitive therapy, I think, for both of you. And so you can get that information as to where you're eligible to do that from your probation officer, okay? There's a $30 per month oversight fee that you're responsible for while on probation. So for 6 months, it's $180. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that must be assessed. There's a $50 state minimum cost that must be assessed. Mr. Goldberg, I don't believe that there's restitution on this, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
I'll waive discretionary fines and costs, so that's $305 total fines and costs, and you'll make monthly payments on that, okay? And then for you, Ms. Carter. That'll be 6 month probation as well. There's a $30 per month oversight fee that you're responsible for. Not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior, nor are you to possess any animals while on probation, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
In order to maintain your employment and to complete cognitive behavioral therapy at a Class A training facility, okay? I'm not gonna require any other conditions. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that must be assessed per statute. It's a $50 state minimum cost, $30 per month oversight fee for probation. So that's a total of $300.
No, I don't know. Are you still waiting?
Yes, he's still waiting. That's $305 for your probation and cost total. And for 6 months, both of you will have a monthly payment that'll be due of about $50 per month, okay? You're not being ordered to test, so you don't have to pay for that, okay? Do you have any questions at this time? Do you have any questions at this time? Okay, I'm gonna give you both the advice of rights as to probation. It tells you about your rights to request early discharge from probation so long as you completed half the original term ordered by the court and you've not had any violations. I believe your names are on each of them. No violations within the 90 days preceding that request. Your probation officer can make the request on your behalf, or you can make that request for yourself by using the court's form, the NC 512 form. It's on the court website, or you can ask your probation officer to give you the form. You will complete the form, file a copy at the probation office, but you must also serve a copy on the prosecutor. The prosecutor would have 14 days to respond in writing if they object to your early discharge from probation. If I set it for a hearing to address your request for early discharge, you have the right to hire an attorney to represent you. You obviously can represent yourself, but to date, I've never held a hearing for early discharge, okay? But you would not have a right to court-appointed counsel for early discharge hearing, okay? Either of you have any questions about those rights? Okay, well, I want you to both check in downstairs with probation before you leave. And best wishes to you both.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I just did want to confirm that with Michael Potter, that you were a hiding status.
I did.
Would I be able to just show my check stub for that to be proof that I have a job? still?
Yeah, we will show it to your permission.
Right.
Okay, let's. Michigan versus Aaron Rodgers, 25-01816 and 25-02424. Appearance, please.
Jeffrey Dillon, on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Robert Palmer of the Public Defender's Office on behalf of Aaron Rodgers, who does not appear to be present today.
Oh, no.
I am disappointed, Judge. I'll just say, he was present at the time of the plea. He was in custody at the time of the plea. He was released. He did perform a PSI, but he's homeless and I don't have a telephone number for him. And so I don't have any way to contact him to try to get him.
The only thing we have is an email.
Correct.
Yeah, they should have been shown.
Understood, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aaron,
You know where?
Eaton County.
Oh,
Well, that's
I'm his
important.
grandmother.
He's in jail, Eaton County. Oh, we'll have to go read.
I pulled him up on Vineland and it didn't show, Judge. So I don't know.
How long has he been there?
A month and a half, or since the last time we talked to you, got picked up in for shoplifting and having meth on him.
That's not good. Sounds like there goes that breach of peace.
Well, I guess we'll just have to,
We'll
Yeah,
set-
'cause-
we'll get a writ
sure, and just let me know whenever you want me here for the sentencing.
November 13th at 9. November 13th at 9.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
And we still have an AG here. Interesting. Mr. Shabako, do we have an interpreter for Mr. Shabako? Okay, we do have an interpreter, just no AG. I don't know what their issue is. Or, let's see here. You said you reached out, no one answered? No, somebody replied. Just now? No, when I sent it, so. Do you have a contact? What AG it is? No, I mean, do they have a phone number?
Oh. Oh. No.
Oh, wait, is it Mr. Dow? No, that's not. It was the special
Crystal
agent.
Williams. She didn't include anything in her. So I don't, she didn't include like.
I'm covering that case for Ms. Schroeder today.
Thank you. I'm just trying to see if I can find an AG to log on here. Not non-working numbers of the state of Michigan. Oh, boy. Okay, so hang tight. They don't know how to get in touch with anyone in that division at the AG's office, it appears. Someone in Detroit's going to try to track someone else down. I'm gonna give them a few minutes, otherwise I've already advised them I'll waive the AG's appearance for this purpose if needed. So I'll move on to the next one and then we'll call that back. In a couple of minutes. Let's see. Is that the last criminal matter?
We had a review of civil form. I haven't seen it.
Of who?
A review. And that was because that file was supposed to be.
Oh,
set
that was for
Silverthorne.
Silverthorne for Trevino. But we haven't seen Silverthorne. Where's Trevino?
That was.
Okay, well, what are we reviewing them for? Let's see here.
We were supposed to get some kind of address or something, and then it has to be set for sentencing date, but I didn't know how far out to set it.
Oh, because it's supposed to be a deferred sentencing. He's supposed to be in inpatient treatment. It probably was it a year? I know it had to be in January. We didn't have the calendar.
I know it would have to be in 2026.
Yeah.
I just didn't know when.
Okay, we'll do that internal review. We don't need to, yeah. Okay, let's see. I think that's probably why it was set for review anyway, so that we can put a date on it. We have Marquel Miller Nelson here? No?
Always in.
Oh.
I know it's not too.
Okay. Who's here for LVNV funding? No one?
Plaintiff's here, Your Honor. Is it LVMV funding versus Miller Nelson?
That is correct. He's failed to appear. This is for a motion for summary disposition found under 25-01130. Council, can I have your appearance?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Michael Beach, BEACH, P45459, appearing for the plaintiff. Today we had a motion for summary disposition, and we have received no response to that motion.
Okay, no, the court has not received a response either, nor has the defendant appeared today for the hearing scheduled at 2:30. Your motion is granted by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have attached an order. Does the court have that?
I'm logging on base. If you've attached it to your complaint, it will be there and I will sign that order. And then you'll get a copy via on base, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
Same to you. Okay, so PFCU was settled, correct?
Yeah, I think she just said she was waiting for the defendant to sign the step to dismiss. I don't know if she wants it.
Counsel, you're here for PFCU?
Yes, Your Honor, and I also believe the defendant is here as well.
Yes, I am.
Okay, on the record in the matter of PFCU versus Mariah Estrus, 25-04135, appearance, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Brittany Rocha, P number is P82071 on behalf of the plaintiff PFCEO.
Okay, ma'am, please state your name for the record, please.
Mariah Estruth.
Okay, today was the date that was scheduled, and this was for a motion for summary disposition. I do have a note indicating that the parties have settled this case, that you were waiting for the defendant to sign a stip to dismiss. Is that accurate, Ms. Roca?
Yes, the vehicle has been surrendered by the defendant, so this matter could be dismissed with prejudice, Your Honor.
Okay. And have you signed that, ma'am?
Honestly, I apologize. I didn't realize that I was supposed to sign the document. I apologize. I don't have an attorney. I'm not familiar with all of this. I thought
No
it was
worries.
just for my documentation to show that it had been dismissed. But I can certainly sign that immediately and then e-file that back with the court.
Okay, you can do that, or if you'd like, you can give permission for the attorney for the plaintiff to sign on your behalf and they e-file it.
That is fine, and then it would just be dismissed at that point. Is that correct?
That is correct. They'll get the dismissal to me so that I can sign it as well.
Thank you, ma'am. And then would they e-file another documentation once that is complete so that I have documentation to show that it is completely dismissed?
They'll just be, once you give them permission to sign the dismissal, they'll put your signature and they'll say with your permission. And then it'll be sent to me via my file, and then I can sign it, and then the copies will go out through my file, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, and then we also are on the record, so you have a record here indicating that it was dismissed, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well, I think that's enough time for the AG. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Loriano Shabeco, 18-00440. Counsel can have your appearance.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender, seating in for Ms. Schroeder for Mr. Shabeco.
Thank you. And we have an interpreter. State your name, please.
First name Jorge, Jorge, last name Difuno, Difuro.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret in the matter before the court completely and accurately and not divulge confidential communications? So help you God.
Sure.
Today was the date and the time that was set for a forensic review.
Pues el día y la hora para la evaluación forense.
Mr. Shabeco, you can hear us, correct?
Sí, Shabeco, ¿me escucha bien?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, this is a matter that's prosecuted by the Office of the Attorney General. The Office of the Attorney General was properly notified to appear today for this hearing. The court took more than enough time to try to track down the Assistant Attorney General that was supposed to be here, but with the assistance of some staff at the Office of the Attorney General was unable to track down the Attorney General, who confirmed that she would be here today. So the court is going to move forward and waive their presence construe their absence today as a waiver of their presence in court, so that we can move forward today in the issue of judicial economy, as the court has gotten a interpreter here. I'm sorry, I said a lot and didn't give you an opportunity to interpret that.
La oficina del abogado general es quien tiene que atender el caso hoy. Se trató de contactar a la oficina porque ellos aceptaron la confirmación de estar hoy a la hora para el caso tuyo. No hay presencia de ellos. La juez comunicó con la oficina y se les dio un tiempo para ver si podían tener a alguien de la oficina como recapitulación. Como no se presentaron dentro de ese tiempo, básicamente se reconoce como una aceptación de no presentación. Continuamos con el caso para así no perder tiempo.
Muy bien. Very good. I don't know that you said it all, but it sounded like you did. Okay, let's see. This was supposed to be for forensic review. I do have a report that was dated from the Department of Health and Human Services, Center for Forensic Psychiatry from October 10th.
La cita de hoy era para una evaluación forense que está en el reporte de la evaluación forense que se hizo con el psicólogo anteriormente, desde que se mandó a hacer desde octubre 10.
Counsel, you got a copy of that, correct?
I did.
Y existe una copia de eso, sí.
Is there an objection to the report's conclusion, which is that the defendant is competent?
We have no objection.
No hay objeción de que el reporte dice que tú eres competente. No hay ningún problema. No hay objeción respecto a la parte de que el reporte dice que tú eres competente. O sea, no hay ningún problema para que puedas entender la situación.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. So without objection, the court will adopt the report and incorporate it into the court file or the court record. This matter can now be set for an exam date if that is necessary.
Entonces, el reporte, si no hay ninguna objeción, va a ser puesto dentro de los archivos del caso y este caso va a pasar a tener un día donde se va a hacer como tal la evaluación de ambos partes.
I'm sorry?
Can you repeat this?
I said that you are deemed competent. The court's going to incorporate the report from the forensic center into the file.
O sea, que el reporte dice que eres competente. ¿Me escuchas sin problema?
Sí, diga.
Oh. So, el reporte dice que eres competente, que no hay ningún problema, lo cual permite continuar el caso. En esta situación, el reporte se va a formar como parte de toda la documentación del caso y se va a escoger un día de una fecha para continuar con el caso.
Pues, sí, entendí.
I understand.
Okay, this is a letter that I believe it is. Okay, does he have any questions?
¿Tienes alguna pregunta?
Sí, que no he visto la cita para la ADN que supuestamente la abogada iba a poner la ADN. La cita para hacer la ADN nueva.
The main question is like the appointment to get the DNA testing, because they told me that they will get a DNA test, but I don't know when they can do that.
I don't know either. Do you have any information about that, counsel?
Those are all questions that I think are regarding his civil child support case and doesn't affect his criminal case. But he can talk to Ms. Schroeder if he has any direct questions about that.
O sea, eso es para el caso civil que tú tienes de lo que es como tal el child support, que es completamente diferente a lo que es el caso criminal por el que estás ahora.
Sí, pero dígame, entonces ¿a quién tengo que pedir? ¿A qué juez le tengo que pedir yo el ADN? Siempre me están cambiando todo al otro lado para no hacer el ADN.
Which just do I have to ask for the DNA testing or the DNA test or because they always keep like changing everything?
Give me just a moment. We have an attorney general on. Can you place your appearance on the record, counsel?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sarah Brenner, Assistant Attorney General for the People. I'm sorry, we weren't aware of this hearing, so we got a call and I'm jumping on. This is on Shaveco. Is that correct?
That is correct. My staff did send notice of this hearing to Clarissa Williams, to which she did confirm.
Okay. All right, didn't get on our calendar. I'm sorry, Judge.
No worries. The court did address the competency report. There was no objection from the defense as to the body or the conclusion. For the record, is the people going to be making an objection to him being found competent?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So again, the report is adopted and incorporated into the court record.
Básicamente ya tenemos a alguien de la oficina del abogado general y ellos están también de acuerdo con el reporte que se hizo y que se va a entrar como parte de la información que tenemos en el archivo.
Entonces el ADN que no se hace ninguna, no puedo hacer la ADN.
DNA, what would be the
What I have to do?
What would be the answer on the DNA?
I thought we just told him that we don't have any control or parts in the DNA. That's a part of his civil matter.
O sea, como se te había explicado hace un momento, eso es parte del caso civil que tú tienes, que no tiene nada que ver con el caso criminal, que es por la razón que estamos aquí hoy.
We're here today for a criminal matter.
Estamos hoy para la razón criminal. El caso civil se va a atender directamente con el abogado que está trabajando por esa otra parte, que es otro caso diferente.
This court has not ordered any DNA
O
tests.
sea, en este caso como tal, la corte aquí no ha mandado a pedir ninguna petición de ADN.
However, you should talk to your attorney,
Pero deberías, en este caso, hablar con tu abogado,
Ms. Schroeder,
la señora Schroeder,
about the DNA issue.
respecto al tema del ADN.
Okay?
Eso lo exigí yo la primera vez, hacer el ADN y no.
I told her that from the first time to do the DNA.
Yeah, tell her again.
Pero tienes que repetir.
I can't help you with that. I'm not your attorney.
Como no soy tu abogado
¿Quién es el abogado? Yo no sé con el abogado, pero no sé con el
the
abogado.
attorney,
Ms. Schroeder.
la señora Schroeder.
She'll be in contact with you shortly because I'm going to set this for another court date,
O
okay?
sea, como ya el caso este va a tener una fecha de corte y todo, ella se tiene que poner en contacto contigo. Debe ser bastante rápido.
And Ms. Robinson here is just covering for Ms. Schroeder today, okay?
Y la señora Robinson, que está aquí presente, es la que está cubriendo por la Miss Schroeder.
Sí, el problema en el estado de Michigan, no lo que pasa en el estado de Michigan, yo 24 años tratando de hacer un ADN y siempre me cambian para aquí y para allá y me mandan a una gente que no quieren hacer ADN. Y me tienen preso aquí para
State of
aquí,
Michigan
legalmente.
has been from like 24 years and I'm trying to get the DNA and they always keep changing me around. So
Thank you for that information.
Gracias por esa información.
Can you tell him that all of these questions are questions that should be going to his attorney because he's being recorded right now and all of the information is going to be in like the
Could be
public
used
record.
against him.
O sea,
Yes.
todas estas preguntas que estás haciendo actualmente son preguntas que debes hablar directamente con tu abogado. ¿Por qué? Porque todas las preguntas que estás haciendo y toda esta información va a ser parte de lo que es el reporte que tenemos actualmente del caso. Es información, como se dice, pública. En este caso deberías hablar directamente con tu abogado para que sea información privada entre ustedes dos.
Okay, we're setting this for a PCC November 21st at 8:30. At 8:30.
Entonces, la fecha de continuación del caso, que es cuando se va a hacer ya todo, va a ser
Exam.
21st of November.
noviembre 21 a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And the exam's gonna be December 18th at 8:30. At 9.
Y examinación se haría el 18 de diciembre a las 9 de la mañana.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Is the PCC in person?
No, that's via Zoom.
Thank you.
Y o sea, la primera parte, que es en noviembre, sería a través de Zoom y el segundo sí va a ser en persona.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
So do I have a court like on the 14th?
No, you got it on the 21st and the 18th.
No, el 21 de noviembre y el 18 de diciembre.
Does the prosecutor has any other issues today?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry for my delay today.
No worries, it's not your issue, not your problem, at least. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. We have the record? We are, thank you. It said that he was supposed to get canceled and incarcerated. Was he released? Who was it? Avery, the one I. Yeah, he's not in custody. Interesting. Okay. He posted bond.
Is he in another county? He's not on the jail county.
Yeah, because he had a 3,010% bond. And it said CMH services while incarcerated was ordered. Let's see if it's in was being, or he had any other holds. Nope. MDOC, no, is he in MDOC? He was discharged from MDOC on parole back on the 21st of February. Maybe he's.
Does he bond you out? I see Jay. You paid the bond? Yeah, he's not in,
Oh, okay, well, we'll make sure.
Judge, did we do bail today?
Who?
Bail?
yeah, they left it on.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, I didn't do it, they did it before me, okay, sounds good. Okay, I think that's all the criminal I have. And then I have another civil matter. Let's see. Oh. Requesting to. There was a consent order for conditional dismissal. Why is it saying notice to quit? Someone put that in. That's why. It's not up to the official. Okay, on the record, in the matter of Arbors of Georgetown versus Michael Shaver and Julie Williams, 25-04808, appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Fantera on behalf of the plaintiff.
What's your name?
Michael Shaver.
Your name?
Julie Shaver.
Okay, so today was the date scheduled for a hearing, and this is for, it's just entitled a motion. I believe that the defense has filed a motion after there was a consent order for conditional dismissal entered, whereby you both agree to vacate the property or pay $3,852.24 by November 4th, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you've now filed a motion. The motion was entitled request. Let's see, it says to go to court. Mike and Julie need more time to get help and get apartment. It says that court should take this action because we have lived at Georgetown for 6 years. We had very major car problems and we fell behind or fell into a bind, it says. We want to come up with the money, but we need more time. Mike has a payee starting in November who will be taking care of the rent from now on. I'm not sure I understand that handwriting. Capital who?
Capital payee.
Okay, how does that impact your ability to pay the past due?
He has a disability and he figured when we had all these car problems, I've had medical problems, he's had medical problems, so he figured we needed to go to our doctor's appointments and stuff. We needed a vehicle.
Correct. We went through this at the time of your original hearing. So
I
I
would
recognize
like to-
that. Have you paid anything in the past due amount?
Not yet.
How much of it do you have accrued right now? Did you saved up?
We've got, what's your pay? 700. How much do you get paid? SSD. No, 700 and something, 750 plus 500.
Yeah.
$750 plus 500 is what you have saved so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got about $1,200 that you had to come up with $3,852.
And we have called places, and because of the government shutdown, some places are willing to help pay.
Like which places?
Camp, or this fourth floor here said they pay $1,000.
I was gonna ask you, did you go to the downstairs to the office of the housing ombudsman?
They said they could help if we could get other people to help. I found a church that's willing to pay like 200, but I've been calling all over the place, and a lot of places say they don't either have the funding or, it's just very hard. So I'm still trying to work on it.
City Hall is willing to pay 1,000.
So City Hall, the office of the city ombudsman is willing to pay 1,000. You claim that you have 1,250.
Yeah.
And then a church is gonna pay or
200.
250. So that brings you up to $2,500. But you still gotta come up with another like 1,300.
And we are still calling other places.
Okay. That's up to Mr. Fantera if he can give you more time and maybe accept that payment. That's up to him.
I wanted to see if he would accept maybe like a payment plan where we could pay him so much per month.
Let me get you
until
on
we're
Zoom
paid
so you can
off.
talk to him privately and you all can discuss if that is an option. As it appears you're coming up to that deadline on November 4th, because that's next week. We'll get him on Zoom now, okay, Council?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Pantera, the parties are back in the courtroom. We're back on the record. Were you all able to work out a payment plan at all?
He said he gave us a week till the 11th.
Your Honor, let me just explain.
Thank you.
If I might.
Yes.
So their rent, first of all, I think they misunderstood what the court said. How much money do you have now? They actually have, and I think they said 1,200. They actually have 500. He gets his Social Security next week. So they were counting as that as part of the money they have now. Here's my problem with a payment plan. Their rent is $800 a month. Between the two of them, they bring in roughly $1,700. I can't do a payment plan because I got a $3,800 conditional dismissal. Even if I did a payment plan that went out 5 months, I'd want $700 plus their monthly rent, which would basically eat up every dime that they bring in. And I'm not really sure they have the authority to agree to that because, as he said, he's got a payee, and most payees get to decide how to spend that money. So what I told them I could do, the best I could do, would be to extend the conditional dismissal an additional week, which would mean, and actually I think the court's closed. The conditional dismissal right now expires the 4th. The 4th, a week from the 4th is the 11th, and I think the court's closed on the 11th. I think it's Veterans Day, Your Honor. So I would give them till the 12th to either figure out how to come up with the amount in the conditional dismissal or move out, but that's the best I can do, Your Honor, and I'm sorry.
Okay, so what I will do is I will reset this for a date after the 11th so that they can give me an update on whatever pending resources you can come up with. I don't know if you exhausted all of the agencies to see if you can get some assistance. And then by then your payee should be in effect as well. And you need to come up with the amount. Now, as it relates to the payment plan, and I see a lot of these payment plans, Mr. Fantera. And so I've seen them, I've seen people get very creative with how much the monthly payment is going to be, with them first paying their current rent, keeping that current, and then paying down the back pay. Maybe that could be an option for them, understanding their financial situation. I don't know how they got this. Well, I guess I do know. They said it was something about their vehicle repairs. They prioritize that. But you all should be advised, and I recognize you have some health conditions. If you prioritize paying for a car versus the roof, then you might end up having to live in the car. Same thing. If you prioritize paying the light bill over the rent, you'll have lights but no place to turn the lights on at. So you gotta figure out the best way to prioritize. My mom always told me, pay for the roof over your house first, over your head. Do that first, then you pay for the other things. If you gotta call a CATA to make an arrangement for some services to your appointments, then you gotta do that. But it makes no sense for you to have a working vehicle and now you don't have a roof over your head and it's getting cold out.
Yeah.
Sir?
Sorry for my disability.
You're fine.
And I guess sometimes the decisions that I make isn't the correct ones.
Yeah, I can
And I
completely
learned.
understand because you have some challenges that maybe you didn't process that well. That's also why I'm trying to get Mr. Fantera to consider being a little bit more creative with the payment plan because of your unique situation. You have people here with, he does have some money that's gonna come in, and it looks like he could get some assistance, at least $1,250 from another or some other agencies that could assist. Maybe they can come up with some more of the back through some other agencies. I don't know. But we'll extend this hearing to that date and time to see if they're able to come up with that.
Can we ask them, can we require Ms. Williams to turn over to pay the $500 that they have in their possession. I don't think we can require Mr. Shaver to pay the money that's going to the payee without, I mean, it's a brand new payee. I don't know when the money comes in. I don't know what, so can we order her to pay the $500 so we're not 1 month further behind in 2 weeks?
I think that would show some good faith, especially if you're asking for a payment plan. If you're making some payments on that balance, then Mr. Pantera is in a better position to try to work with you. But if he's not getting anything but promises, there's nothing he can really do. So I would, if you have that $500, you need to bring that payment either to whoever you pay your rent to now, or you need to bring it at least to this next court date if you're looking for a payment plan, and then go follow up with Mr. McDonald down at the Office of the Housing Ombudsman, see if you can get a promise to pay the $1,000 from them, and then get a promise from, or get the money from the church that's gonna help you as well, and turn that.
I do have the promise from the church.
You do have the promise from the church. You need to also get a promise to pay from the city as well.
Okay.
And then Mr. Pantera can look at those. With the $500 you have, you need to go put that on the past due rent, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe, Your Honor, if I get those promises to pay, that would reduce the 38 maybe down to, a little bit over 2,000, and then maybe I can stretch the payment plan out so that it's not $700 a month, maybe it's only 3 or 4, which would make the payment plan that that we need to do a little bit more doable, because I'm just
Agreed. That's what I was hoping, that they could do that, and then you can work with them from the balance, as long as they're keeping their other rent current.
So
you still got to pay the current rent every month.
Yeah, Miss Williams, what I'm thinking about right now is what I heard you say that the city told you was that they would pay $1,000 if you came up with the rest. Maybe you could tell them that the landlord is willing to do a payment plan, that you haven't been able to come up with the rest. I mean, you're not going to walk in with a check for $2,800 from somebody else, but that if they paid the $1,000, the landlord would be willing to do a payment plan.
Okay.
And
Agreed.
And on my phone number is on your court papers.
Okay.
Feel free to give them my number.
Okay.
And
are you're David R. Paterna?
Pantera.
Okay. Pantera.
Or if you have their name, call me and give me their name, and I'll reach out to them and see what I can put together. Because before the last hearing, I tried to call you. I had your number, and I called several times, and nobody took my call.
That's weird.
I've been getting a lot of scam calls.
Yeah.
And I try not to answer those.
I get it. Did you talk to Joseph McDonald?
Yes, I left several messages.
Okay, if I were you, I'd go down there right now to try to get a hold of him now and see if you can communicate that you're going to pay the balance, but you need their assistance on that $1,000 and that the landlord will give you a payment plan so that you can pay the past due.
Okay.
And so, again, the attorney for the plaintiff is on there. He can contact the attorney directly for any questions or to coordinate. If he also has any questions, he can contact my office. Either way, okay?
Your Honor, what is that name that you just said of the person at the city?
Joseph McDonald is the housing ombudsman for the city of Lansing.
Is that who you're dealing with, Miss Shaver?
Yes. Uh-huh.
All right, and I'll find him. So he's the housing ombudsman for the city.
That's correct.
And if I call him, Miss Williams, will he know who you are?
Yes. I leave messages for him all the time.
Have you spoken to him?
Not this last week. I haven't. About a week or so ago I did.
But
because we were discussing me trying to get payments and stuff.
But he said to you that if you came up with the rest, he'd commit to $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if I could come up with other people helping. Yeah.
Your Honor, what time do they close?
I'm not sure. Let me see if I even have Mr. McDonald. I have his number because I think the day of their hearing, I emailed him about a housing certificate on something else. Let's see.
I
Okay,
can't work.
his office number is 517-483-4019. My understanding is that the city departments are supposed to be open until 5.
Miss Shaver, I would go down and talk to him right now, if you can. I will call him probably Monday. So if you don't reach him today, go back tomorrow or call him tomorrow. And if you, now, do you have a bank account?
Checking.
Okay, because Arbors of Georgetown does not accept money orders. So go to your bank and get a cashier's check, take them the 500. I will tell them to take it. When they confirm with me that you've made that payment, I'll call Mr. McDonald, see if I can, and keep working the church angle also, because the more money you can come up with, the less the payment plan will be. The smaller the amount of the payment plan. You also have the name of your payee.
Pam.
Pam.
Okay.
At Capital Payee.
Pam at Capital Payee?
Yes.
Just like it sounds, CAPITAL.
Yep. Yep, just like Capital Downtown Lansing, yep, Capital Pay.
I'm gonna look that up online and see if I can find it, because I wanna.
I do have her direct number at home and I can call you with it.
Okay, my number is on that paperwork that you've got. Call me with Pam's number, and Your Honor, if they take the 500 over, I'll call Mr. McDonald, I'll call Pam, and if we can come back maybe the second or third week of November and see what we can put together between now and then.
Okay, thank you so much.
I appreciate everything.
November 12th at 1:30.
We've been there a long time and like it there, and it's just,
I can't.
we fell into a bind, you know? Yeah.
Right. Just do not promise your the money that's gonna come into Pam. Don't promise that to anybody else, because you're gonna need that to go towards your balance, okay?
Okay.
Good.
We can do.
And.
Okay, we're gonna do November 18th at what time?
At 1:30.
At 1:30.
Can I do it by Zoom, Your Honor?
Absolutely.
All right, and I've, Miss, can you guys give me your phone number one more time?
Mine's 517-512-8060.
All right. You've got the phone number that's on the papers that you have is my number. So if you see that number come up, answer it, please.
ASAP, you know, with Pam's number and everything.
All right, good. All right, Your Honor, thank you so much for helping push this one along. And hopefully when we come back on the 18th, hopefully we'll have some good news.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will talk ahead of time. We will talk ahead of time so that whatever deal we work out, Your Honor, we can just put on the record at that time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
I can call you with the church's number too, that wrote me a letter.
Anybody that you can get to commit, let me know so that I can, incorporate it into what I'm gonna try to do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're all set.
Thanks.
Thank you for helping me understand.
Yeah, thanks so much. We
Thank you, Your
appreciate
Honor.
it.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day.
Yep, you too.
Thank you.